That's a good way to put it. Kingdom Hearts 2 is one of my favorites as well. I liked how the characters. I'm just talking to Alright, yeah, I loved Kingdom Hearts 2. It was a lot of fun. Also, you know, things start getting bigger in Kingdom Hearts 2. The introduction of the Organization 13. Things are getting bigger. There's not just one. There's not just these people who are like, they have a scheme. They're very well organized. They're an organization, you can tell, and that makes it fun. Especially when you find that, like, here's 13 guys. Oh wait, no, it's 14. 13 guys. And yeah, 13 people, and that's intimidating. And they're all dressed the same, and it's like when you watch The Matrix and all the villains are wearing the same suit. That's intimidating, because you know that they're lining up and they're ready to go. You got another one?
Yeah, I mean, Kingdom Hearts 2 was kind of different for me because I played the first one and I was like, holy kitty shit.
No joking, man.
Yeah, I go into the second one, it's dark, and if you've watched the YouTube videos after completing Kingdom Hearts 2, Axel dies, no spoilers guys, let me know here.
Been out long enough.
You know, Axel dies in the Japanese version by fire lighting him up. He just dozes himself on fire, right? And in the North American version, they didn't have that happen. But I mean, if you look at the entire story, it's a much more mature approach. Like, you've got the darkness within hearts and the whole good versus evil. It's a lot more refined. You know what I mean?
Because Disney villains aren't as frightening as new Final Fantasy villains. Like, you know what? The only few people who've actually really scared me were Maleficent and the stepmother from Cinderella. Jesus Christ! Like Claire, she's just like, you're like, oh my soul! And like but the rest of the characters, you know, they're goofy. They're cartoons, especially Hook. Like, they're not. And then you bring in Organization 13, and they do. It is very mature. It does, but you have to understand that the way they laid it out with the first game, that is a great introduction. It's lighthearted, brings people in, and then you pull them into the story, so it's kind of like Harry Potter. Oh, we're Vincent! Everyone's dying! So yeah, and it's fun when it happens. Hands, I want some hands. Come on. What's your favorite thing about Kingdom Hearts? There's a reason you're here.
Probably Dave, because that was my first game. The way it introduces you as one who is also new to everything and stuff. It's a great way to start if you weren't starting at the beginning. And yeah, I still have no Never did you even tell you what
I love how it's like that dream sequence with Roxas. All of a sudden, he's like, two keyblades. You're just like, that took me so long to do it. That's not fair. And by the way, just so you know, I will be naked by this panel. I'm so hot. Oh god. Just keep yelling off pieces of my butt. Anyone? I saw a hand in this area. Yeah,
I was going to say, while we were talking about the villains and how scary they were and how mature they were, I just wanted to say that Oogie Boogie scared the crap out of me.
Bugs!
The bugs! The bugs coming out of him, out of every orifice of his body, and like the voice, and the fact that he was a sack of bugs, and like he was a mock piñata, and fighting him, and bugs came out of my piñata, I would cry. And that's just everything I thought of as like a 13-year-old. It just...
I liked how they saved Oogie Boogie for the second game and not the first game.
Yeah.
And to still introduce Jack. And then they brought in the movie plot into the second game instead of the first game, because first game covered a lot of Disney stories.
Yeah.
You know what? This moves me into a really good spot. We're going to talk about the separation of Final Fantasy and Disney. And how the two separate universes and how they affect the game. So let's start with the Final Fantasy side. And I'm going to start off with my... one character, I'm just like, Eric, you're dead! Why are you here? Cloud's right there! You should say hi. And like, you know, because you play Final Fantasy VII, it's a complex game. It makes sense when like characters like Sephiroth and when I come out of it. But Aerith, I was just like, full blank. Can't swear. You're supposed to be dead. And that's one thing I was like, how does this affect? Because she didn't actually affect the game. She was just kind of there. And nothing, she wasn't like a messenger, she didn't really do anything. And so I was like, what was the point of her cameo? And then the second game we had Yuna, Riku, and Pain show up as the fairies. I'm like, what is the point of your cameo? You need one. Because it got like, because they just like came to the spirit and just like, where'd they go? Are they evil? Are they good? Are they just mischievous? Are they just annoying me like Navi? I don't know. Because they were, they came in and they're in your way and you're like, I'm just trying to do, can I get over there? just don't, 3 steps. But, cutscene, okay. And yeah, like, so those characters who came in didn't really do anything. But I want to hear what you guys have to say about Final Fantasy VII. Hands up, more hands, come on, speak up. There you go.
I thought the coolest scene dealing with Final Fantasy was in Kingdom Hearts 2 when you have Cloud and Squall back to back going against all those Heartless. I thought that kind of crossover and having them not fighting each other but fighting with each other was pretty awesome.
That was. Yeah, it's
I just liked seeing like all those Final Fantasy characters, like playing the Final Fantasy games and then seeing Aerith not dead, seeing the fairy girls. Like yeah, they had no point to the story, but just seeing these characters
it's a cameo.
I loved in other games and they're here with all the other Final Fantasy.
I'm going to give a point from my film studies, and when it comes to doing cameos, especially because I can use Avengers as a really good example. Who's seen Avengers? Just every hand needs to be up by next week because that movie is awesome and sploosh, like it was amazing. Okay, sorry, I'm really nerded over that movie. That's my point. Avengers took the separate movies like Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, and all them. They brought the characters into the story, and instead of rewriting a whole character background, it was as if, you know, Tony Stark stepped out of the Iron Man movies into the Avengers. His character had changed and was reacting to everyone else, just like Thor and America. When it came to that, the cameos that happened in the Kingdom Hearts game, that's what I like to see. I like to see people step out of the game and continue growing. This, when they do like cameos, we pop up, we don't do nothing, I'm supposed to be dead. It's like, did we just like walk into the Final Fantasy like universe bar and everyone's here reading their scripts? Because it doesn't feel like they came out of the game. It feels like they came out of Final Fantasy's like binder of characters that they've built over the years. And that's my niche with it. But you know, like people love cameos. Muppets uses cameos all the time, and everyone's just like, yeah, do a bunch of cameos. And so it's, you know, different cups of tea. And I love hearing your opinion. So I'm not trying to.
No, it's just, I didn't feel that any of the Final Fantasy characters, to me, didn't feel like they had just stepped out of their game into this world. They all felt like they were just little cameos, and it was all about just seeing the Final Fantasy people again.
Yeah, see? 2 different opinions, and I like them both. 2 more. I want 2 more. Okay. I haven't heard from you, so 1, 2. So you go first.
I think the only way that you can save Aerith being in Kingdom Hearts 2 is that scene that you've got Cloud fighting Sephiroth, but other than that, I agree with you, she has her point in that game. It's the only reason she has to be in that game.
Alright, you.
What I feel is missing for the Final Fantasy characters is Vincent Valentine.
Yes.
I can just imagine him like being in
Yeah, they had Auron. Like,
Vincent became a part of Cloud in the first one in his costume, so that was kind of strange.
But
yeah.
Cool, like if in Halloween Town he would come out of the cop and like he does in the Final Fantasy VII game.
Yeah, that would be fun. Hey, maybe if they do another PS3 version, we might get some Vincent Valentine. That'd be awesome. If it ever comes out on PS3. I don't have enough handhelds. DS, NES, PS2, PS3, PSP. I don't have that much money. Mom! That's a whole different story. Yeah, like Vincent Valentine, Kingdom Hearts 3, that's what happens. Let's move on to Disney. I'll give a quick little snippet of my Disney. I love Donald and Goofy. I love how they're partners. I love how they're a magician, and a security guard almost, and it's like perfect. And it's fun because you take a little bit of the old classic Disney with you along the entire game. Like, I never used Aladdin. I was like, I'm using Donald and Goofy. Like, screw you guys, I'm good. Because they come in and they start doing all this stuff, and I'm like, you're messing with my group. I'm the best. So that's why, and a lot of people say that's the biggest complaint, is that they didn't like Donald and Goofy. Like, oh, they're out of character. And I'm like, Donald has been a sailor, a dad, a uncle, a snowmobiler, a salesman, a bank clerk. He's been, how is this out of character? He's every character. Same with Goofy. He's been a football player, electrician, like a dad. It's not a stretch. And I really like working with those two. I think they were two greatest characters to pick from the Disney universe, and not Mickey. Because I liked how Mickey was out of reach, and that made him more magical. And then when you go to Disney World and see Mickey, you're like, oh, there he is! I found the cake! I almost cosplayed Riku at Disney World. But then they told me no costumes are allowed unless you're being hired by staff. And I was like, damn it. Next time. That's what they need to put in Disney World, is a Kingdom Hearts thing. That's so sweet. Like just a little ride. Just in the corners. So let's talk about some Disney stuff. What Disney stuff did you like? Did you not like Donald and Goofy? You always have your hand up.
I mean, for me, Disney was like the whole plot line revolving around this kingdom where Mickey's king and Minnie's queen. That was a bit too much. You get what I mean? Like, I would have liked it to be more of, okay, original characters can take the throne, and these Disney characters could be, let's say, side heroes or anti-heroes. But to put Mickey on the top spot, it's almost like Walt Disney is saying, yeah, Kingdom Hearts is my bitch. You know, I'm going to put Mickey on top.
Isn't that what they did?
Well, Mickey is the iconic character. He was the very first cartoon character that Walt Disney ever made. It makes sense that he's the king. He stayed... Oh, yes, you're right. Second. I know who you're talking about. Someone else here played it with Mickey. Yeah, it's the iconic character. It bursted all of cartoons. Like Walt Disney and a few others are like the masters of bringing this to and
I mean, the one part I liked though in Kingdom Hearts 2 was the whole idea with Tron Legacy, or sorry, Tron in general, where they go into a computer and you know, you've got this pimped out Sora with his gadgets and everything, and you've got Donald and Goofy all digitized. That was the best part for me, actually, to have them go on.
Yeah, Tron's got the hugest cult following, and thank God they made that Tron Legacy. That's really awesome.
That was
and
pretty awesome.
Daft Punk.
Light cycles.
My mind. Frick.
I like that whole wheelchair like that.
Man, I'm really tired right now. Everywhere. Yeah, I like, and you know, I hope with every game they do introduce new worlds, new Disney stuff. I would love to see something from WALL-E. Or Monsters Inc. Like, can you just imagine like a Monsters Inc. world and all the doors? How much you could do? That'd be awesome! Like, go through a door, why am I in Hercules? Like, what? Go back, go through another door, hey Tarzan! Oh my god, this is part of the Gummy ship!
Or something from Fantasia 2000.
Oh,
Wasn't that awesome the mountain though? Yeah. That was supposed to be the final boss originally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The mountain?
Yeah, the mountain boss. It came from like the gargoyle giant scary this thing.
he has a name.
I know, and it's
I'm just gonna call him the devil.
I think the best Disney character was Yen Sid though.
Yes.
He was almost like that mystical Merlin type, and he's like, I kind of know everything, but I'm gonna live in this tower where I'm gonna have this huge beard.
My favorite all-around world was the Winnie the Pooh book. Oh my god. When you came in the second game and Winnie the Pooh doesn't remember you, I was like, no! You will remember me. I love that world. I love how you have to find the torn pages, and by the way, that's every time I find all the pages. Like, I go on to all the walkthroughs, like, I don't care, those pages, where are they? Okay, get them all, come back, play the entire world once through. And then I'm like, if you start the game, so I can do that again. I love the Winnie the Pooh world. The second one was really brilliant by doing the mind erase and almost introducing it new. And you see the sadness from stories like, oh, look at my friends and they don't know me. And Winnie the Pooh is just like, this is what honey does to you.
Spiked honey.
Oh, I should really be keeping track of the time. Thank you. It's 9:17. Really? 9:17. Moving around along. Disney Princess Peach.
I like the way they chose to combine Disney, because of all the ways to combine Disney and Final Fantasy. I like how they made that you go from like one Disney world to another Disney world to another Disney world, and you're getting plunked down in like Tarzan's jungle, and you have to sort of make solve that world and like make it all happy again. Then you're getting plunked down in like Alice in Wonderland, and you have to go through the Alice story and make it all happy. I like going from like the Disney movie to Disney movie and sort of reading there's new stories too. All these
works
Disney
a lot of
stories.
time. The one time it didn't work for me was the Little Mermaid world in this.
Yeah.
I saved that one for last, and I muted it. the first game, Little Mermaid World, was awesome. Like that, I was like, you swimming around, you're doing all this, you can have space to explore. Battling was hard, and the Ursula boss battle was awesome. I love the plot because I always love Ariel's dad, Poseidon. Like he's such a great character. Triton. I always love seeing those characters. And in the second game, I was just like,
They had to put High School Musical into it. That was Disney.
at least it wasn't Viva.
Was there anyone who enjoyed that second Little Mermaid world?
Maybe a 6-year-old little girl. There will be someone who enjoyed that, and they're going to be sitting here. They may be in this room and be like, I'm not going to say anything because I like that world and nobody else likes it. I'm going to tell you, you know what? I'm going to swear once. That person who actually likes that world and everyone else doesn't, you can just say, fuck y'all, I like that world and I don't care. Okay, now, no more. I'm too tired to think of something more clever than that. Nerves are wearing off after I'm not shaking. No, I'm shaking. Okay, that's more hands. Let's go 1, 2, 3, okay?
Okay. I personally enjoy how in each different world there's different challenges. Like when you go to Pride Rock, you're actually a lion. And you have to
the controls are all weird?
Yeah, and you have to adjust to the controls every time. I like how it's not just repetitive for every world.
Yeah, I like how they can totally scratch the battle system and make a new one, and you're just like, see what you did there.
You're like, what's happening? I keep getting hit, but I'm not hitting them back.
Magic. That's what my thing was, because I always picked the wizard, because I'm like, heal, 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 Donald with And that, like the second game, I was just like, I have no match. I'm just gonna jack Donald up so much. Yeah, it's hard. It makes it hard, but at the same time, it makes it enjoyable because if everything was easy and you breeze through it, if anyone's ever played Assassin's Creed 1, oh god, same thing over and 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 over again. You get tired of it, and it's hard to sell the next game. Let's go to 15.
I just wanted to point out, like a while back, where you were talking about Fantasia. I believe in the new game, Dream Drop Distance for the 3DS, they're
Another system.
Yeah, I know. And you have to buy the extra thing, like the extra control pad too for the game. Yeah, and it requires an extra battery too. Yeah, I don't know, but I believe Fantasia is actually in that game.
Shut up and take my
It's really good. Another gripe that I have is that they didn't bother to put like a battery extension because the 3DS doesn't have like a long lifespan. Like, why didn't they use that opportunity to consider once its own battery supply? I don't understand this.
I got really lucky and I got my 3DS for free.
What?
Okay, funny story, not about Kingdom Hearts. Okay, so my ex-girlfriend thought, oh, I like Harry Potter. I'm gonna play the Harry Potter game on the 3DS. Bought a 3DS, bought the Harry Potter game, played it, and gave it to me. She's like, I don't really play it anymore since I beat the game, but I know you like the 3DS. I'm like, oh, that's cool. In my head, oh my god, oh, give it to me, outside. That's cool. So where's the charger? Oh, it's over here. Okay, and where's the cards? They're over here? No, I don't care. You got the docking system. So free 3DS. So, oh god, you can't buy things. Yeah, I was stupid enough to go out and buy an Xbox. I don't know why.
Where's the money?
Halo, that's addicted to that.
Yeah.
Halo and Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
Not even talking about Kingdom Hearts. Let's talk about games.
Change the panel.
To everything is awesome. Yes. And we'll go on an adventure. And that's how it would go. Okay. Yeah. I was gonna say something. 3DS is awesome, but Kingdom Hearts, oh god.
I know they need to keep it on a consistent system.
Yeah. That'd be nice. And that's why like games like, you know, Assassin's Creed and the Batman and stuff like that make so much money because they're on the same system. We're going to buy it, no doubt.
But like, Kingdom Hearts has a bigger fan base, so they
Batman?
I'm still saying I've met more Kingdom Hearts fans than I have Batman fans, and even Batman fans would buy Kingdom Hearts over Batman. So
I went to a movie.
Well, no, because I'm trying to use a diehard Batman fan, right? But I gave it a choice of one day to either something that was Kingdom Hearts or something that was Batman. She picks Kingdom Hearts. So
it's hard because I think the only real way to do it is make a Kingdom Hearts movie and then compare the box office results. Yeah. Which, by the way, Avengers totally kicked its ass. God, I'm such a nerd. I don't look like me normal. I'm like got a little skirt and I'm like bartending and I'm like, hey, how's it going? Want a drink? I gotta give you some tips and boobs and and then I come here and I'm like, such a nerd. I'm not alone. I almost got fired from a job because I kept talking about video games. That's not what the chateau actually sells, so you should like focus on the news. But Batman! Come on! It's Batman. I'm a huge nerd about a lot of things. And right now, Kingdom Hearts and Batman, I don't think I could pick. If someone offered me, I'm going to buy you all the Kingdom Hearts stuff. The systems and everything, all of it's yours. Between every single Batman movie, I would be like,
yeah, right.
Oh crap, I know that's worth more. Did I hear Legend of Zelda was an offer? because I would pick that up for everything. Oh, by the way, Legend of Zelda panel at 11. I'm gonna be panelist on that one. It's in the. It's in this room. Same room. I'm tired. What you talking about? What is this concept of sleep? It doesn't exist during a con. And you need to go to our third person because I digressed.
I don't know if it's just me or is anyone else tired of Olympus Coliseum?
Yes.
Yes. Freaking game.
Somebody needs to clean it up.
Yeah, but that's where
Yeah, but
Like Zach Fair and all.
There's only one defending note for the Coliseum, and that's Sephiroth.
yeah, okay.
Except that you don't get anything. Oh God. I actually really enjoy the Coliseum. It's one of those things you just go back to, and it's fun. I liked how they put it into the underworld. Yeah, it was fun. And then Orin pops out of nowhere and he's like, no, go, yes, yes! And my mom was like, what are you doing? Playing a game! And I see how it can get tiring. If you could, do you have an idea how to improve it? If you had to keep it, you had to keep it because people want to do tournaments. How would you make it more interesting?
Bigger map, definitely. Like 3 rooms is definitely not a very good map. Like I experienced it on Days. That's like one of the few games I have played, but I follow it very closely. And 3 rooms. The entire map on Days.
You have to do 3 rooms right here. You go from here to the hallway. They're done.
Yeah. And then there's not even any cups or anything in that. I'm like, this place is boring. How do you expect me to be 25 Heartless in 3 rooms? You know?
For Kingdom Hearts 2, what they did though is, you know, you had a whole level, and then you also had the Coliseum with it.
Yeah, I mean, they had the whole battle.
That worked well.
They had the battle, you know.
And the way it worked is that you didn't have, if you, like, you had an adventure in the Hercules world, and then you had the option to go back whenever you wanted, to go play tournaments. For me, that worked well. If they did it again, though, it'd be, see what you did there, you did the same thing over. It'd be fun to see it maybe in a different world. Maybe hosted by different people. Because there's a lot of movies that have that kind of war, battles, that kind of heroic aspect. Like Brave is coming out, which I'm definitely seeing. Yeah. And Batman and oh god, there's 2 movies. Yeah, like a long span of nothing, and then everything comes out at once, and you're like, my wallet. Oh god, I'm sorry. I digress. And trying to go back to the point of the Coliseum.
They could remix the music maybe, because the music's getting really old, if you ask me.
It'd be cool if they started introducing partner battles, where you get to pick part, because you know you do the partner work when you go to different worlds. It'd be really fun, like you go in and you're like, I feel like Cloud is gonna be my partner today, and I'm gonna fight all y'all. And then another day you're like, I'm gonna have Tarzan be my partner, and I'm gonna fight all y'all. I'm gonna have Beast and destroy all y'all. Because he was my favorite. He was the only person like, oh, I gotta have my, oh my god. He's amazing. Can I have him all the time? That was my favorite part of Kingdom, when you got to be with Beast. And then you went to his world in the next game. I was like, see what you did there? Alright, I saw another hand. You have another one?
I was just saying that maybe they could put the Coliseum in like Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland and one of the enemies being Jabberwocky.
Oh, cool. That's a good idea.
And have like the Mad Hatter doing commentary while you're going through it, because that would be hilarious.
Could you just imagine if they did Frankenweenie? All of my entertainment. Okay, let's move on to something different. I want the huge fan base. And the reason there's a huge fan base is because this room's full. And, you know, Kingdom Hearts hasn't come out with a big, huge release. You know, they have the DS games and the PSP games. I wouldn't call those massive releases because a lot of people don't buy handheld games. A lot of people do. Most of them are here. God, if you have your DS on, oh, 5,000 block, oh God. Your system just implodes because there's so many things going past it, because there's so many DSs here. I was in my Ace Attorney panel, everyone pulled one out, and I was like, that makes sense. Ace Attorney's on the DS. But I wouldn't say like a PSP game or anything like that is a huge release. Huge releases right now are the Uncharted, Batman, Halo, Diablo 3. I've seen my friend play the Diablo 3. It looks pretty good.
It is. It is so good.
I heard it's really awesome. It's a little World of Warcrafty, but at the same time, I think World of Warcraft is inspired off Diablo. So in the end, it's Diablo. My logic is but when it comes to that kind of stuff, I want to hear why you think, why you stay in here for the fandom. Like, what is, if it's online, if it's communities, if it's, you know, just those little handheld games, what keeps you hooked in for so long and keep coming back and not getting tired? I love there's so many hands up right now. We're gonna go Mario, camera guy, and blue hair. Mario.
Well, for me, it's really easy. It's the story, right? Like right at the very beginning, one of the first things that Xehanort's Heartless was saying to Riku, or actually no, it wasn't even. Sorry, it wasn't Riku. It was Sora. Was that he's the key, right? That he's the one that connects them all. And as the games kept on going, he really is, right? Like he's connected to all the characters that you meet, even in the side games, even when he's not in them at all, right? And I think that just keep on like the story progressing and finding out what's going to happen next is.
They keep you hooked on because they add a little slight hint to the sequel without going, this is an obvious sequel. We're just going to cut the story. Hate that, like, push. Yeah, I love the storyline. And it matures. And everyone knows that if you start with young kids and you mature, everyone grows with it. And it's a really smart way to make games, make movies, write books, even fan fiction. People do it on fan fiction. Is there anybody out here who loves the fan fiction part of Kingdom Hearts? Anybody? Yay! People! Good job. Don't, okay, everyone thinks fan fiction, that's like adult stuff, right? No. Fan fiction, I read a fan fiction. It was a beautiful friendship story between Riku and Sora. And it was nothing yaoi, nothing mature like that. It was just a really good story about their friendship, being on the island and being kids, and I was like, this is amazing, because it's like a kid's book, and it was really well written, and I can't remember where I found it. I tried looking for it, and I was like, oh god, brain, I can't find it. It was terrible, and I always encourage people to go read some fan fiction, because you'll be surprised that you might find something that's really enjoyable. There's people who do big series as good as manga, as good as comic books, or even better sometimes. There's some amazing hidden talent that puts himself out online. And I've seen a lot of it being a brony. Like, there's some amazing I'm sorry. Nerd, way too much. Okay, to justify myself, I'm a Lauren Faust fan. Because of the Powerpuff Girls. Yes. So that's why I started watching My Little Pony, and I'm like, Lauren Faust is boss. And, show's really good. But I'm not wrong. 12 midnight if you want to go to My Little Pony fan, by the way. I'll be there. And shameless plug. So check out some fan fiction and fan art. Like, really support the fan base. I know there's a huge fan base on Facebook where people actually make Facebook pages for characters. As I said, I made a Facebook page for Riku. I used to use it a lot before. I can't really right now because I'm really busy with work. But it was a lot of fun because people would like role play or just talk, communicate, you know, communities and stuff like that just on Facebook. And there's a lot of people out there, and you can find some really cool people, really good friends, get a little hint of nerdy in there. And, you know, really, if you haven't done it yet, really suggest you do. Check out the fan bases. There is a Kingdom Hearts fan base by the site. My brain sucks right now because I can't remember it. Check them out.
Cage Insider.
Which one?
Cage Insider.
That's the one.
Download everything from there.
Yeah. You know, you get pictures, pixies, like a bunch of stuff. Right.
Music.
Oh yeah, music.
So much music.
You know, like we have a big fan base. We have a big cult following. We should, you know, weekend. So tired. Okay, I see your hand flipping up that fire. I see ya. But I've got to go to my camera guy because I promised him a chance.
Thank you. What keeps me most, I guess, is Final Fantasy and action RPG elements of it. The one thing I wish I could do without was those traveling between worlds, the ship, because it feels out of place.
Ship, yeah.
It feels so out of place.
The doors. Yeah, I get that. It depends, because some people love the Gummy ship system. So it's hard to cut something and have like 25% of your fan base gets pissed off and everyone else is like, yes! But at the same time, you pissed off 25% of your fan base and you're trying to make everyone happy.
It doesn't really fit though with the rest of the gameplay. It's all action RPG. Even when you're going to other planets, like the Lion King.
Shooter in a ship.
Yeah.
Almost.
Doesn't fit.
They did introduce fast travel for the second game. That was
Thank
good.
God.
Because the first game, you're like, oh god, so much travel. Honestly, like being a writer and a filmmaker and trying to make entertainment for other people, I wouldn't cut it completely because you know there are people who enjoy it. Some people sit on the Gummy system and just building ships. And if you can get 25% more fans by just doing that one thing, even if that's all they do, why not?
Revamp it maybe or something.
Yeah, revamp it, you know, add some more fast travel, add things you can skip, more preset ships. Just keep it for the people who want to enjoy it, can. The people who don't enjoy it don't have to be forced to. There's many different ways to revamp it. I think they know because they did introduce fast travel, but we'll see. The last handheld game I played was 362 days. Oh God, number 14. Who wants to talk about this game? Anybody want to talk about it? Hands up. Who wants to talk about this game? Anyone got rage issues? Want to defend it? None of the parents?
If we're going to talk about frustrating Kingdom Hearts games, can we just kind of
All of
talk
them?
about Chain of Memories for a second?
How about we just talk about anything that frustrates you? Because we started with this, but I promised the lovely lady with the blue hair chance to speak, so I didn't forget.
Actually, it's semi like connects into it, so I'm good. So I can. Yeah. But what? I don't know. I know for my brother, he doesn't really. He just looks at it as like, oh, this game is so awesome. I love it. The amount of like action inside of it. But me, whenever I play it, I look at every single journal entry. I look at every single detail, and I think about the huge like deeper meaning inside of it. The experiments with the hearts and all that, and it really like gets to me. Like that's the one reason why I love like 362 days a lot, because you get to see you really empathize for the organization 13 because
you get into it.
Yeah, and you like really think, what if I lost my heart? What would I actually feel?
Everything's much more difficult to deal with when you have a personal attachment to things.
Yeah.
Like I love Marluxia. He's fantastic.
He's fabulous.
No, he's fabulous. And like there's characters like that I really enjoy, like Demix as well. Like, and he's like one of the most popular people love. And you get introduced to these characters, you feel them on a personal level, and you get introduced to what they know, what happened to them, and then you go to Sora's side, and you're just like, Crap, bad guys. I'm sorry.
On an interesting side note, it's, all those parts where you really learn about them is after you've already killed them in Kingdom Hearts 2. So,
thank God. If I had to do that, oh, my heart. Please take it. Yeah, it's. I'm not saying 360 Days was a bad game. There's parts of it where you're just like, really?
Yeah.
Really, guys? Seriously? And there's some parts of the game I really love. That's why I beat it. I'm not a big fan of Roxas from the second game, but I really liked playing him in 362 Days. I liked playing him as an Organization 13 member more than him trying to be a good guy. Because he's not. He lost his heart. He's the soul of Sora, and he's pissed off. And you see him with these powers, and he grows. That's much more entertaining than some guy who's like, I know I'm supposed to be bad, but I'm not going to because I want to be good. And I'm going to whine, and why can't I remember anything? And I'm like, oh God, 3 hours. Where's Sora? That was that part of that game, but they redeemed him in 360 Days. If I want to talk about my most frustrating thing, it's definitely Shion.
Oh yeah.
The Mary Sue character that popped up in 360 Days. I am a fan fiction writer. I'm an RPG player. I do go online. I play personas of characters. I make my own characters. There's, if people don't know what a Mary Sue is, here's a quick, most people know, quick description. A Mary Sue is a character who's overpowered, overliked, and has nothing really human about them. So let's take Superman, remove all likability, and there's your Mary Sue. Overpowered, pretends to have weaknesses. Everybody likes him. So with Shion, she didn't really do anything for me to like her. She took the same powers as Roxas. That to me is some 13-year-old girl. I want to partner myself with Roxas. I'm going to make a character to RPG with. Look, I'm going to have the same powers as him. And I'm sorry for any person who I've offended. You're welcome to talk to me later and read me out. I have a sword though. And that was my huge issue with Shion. She is a Mary Sue character. She's overpowered. I don't like her at all. But everybody likes her. And I'm like, what is she, Bella? I don't like her. And there's a huge issue with that for me because it's Organization 13. Here's the 14th member. No, that's not how it works. If she was member 0, that's more acceptable. But not, she's member 14. Kind of. She's technically member 14. They introduced her as member 14.
Well, they knew, because she's an experiment, they knew that she would die. Or, sorry, one of the two of them would die, so that would only be 15 members.
Then why not just introduce her as 0? Or X? Remember X. So then we can keep why would remember X? And since X is for excellent. You remember X?
They just want to confuse everyone with 10.
There's different ways to approach a character like that. Unfortunately, I think the writing staff who approached that character was reading too much fan fiction. But that's my huge beef. I hear some people have a beef about Chain Memories. I got the chance to play half that game, and then a terrible accident with a bucket of water and a cat. Not going to that one. Fights through it. And I couldn't finish the game. I have had a chance to go get it again. Too obsessed with Batman. But I would love to hear some people's complaints about any game. Not just the DS games, anyone's. Okay, 1?
Cards.
Cards?
Cards.
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 Dumb.
Cards.
Dumb.
I liked when you could find cards with the magic innate. That was awesome.
Yeah, those cards are weird, and I was just like, what am I playing, Yu-Gi-Oh? I wish I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh. I play Yu-Gi-Oh. Actually,
I could have trap pull my Lucia.
oh no, change heart. It's on my side. That's what I would use. All right, what's your complaint?
My complaint was the whole bit with Castle Oblivion. In most of the games, like Game 1, it was introduced as this mysterious fortress. Game 2, it's like almost getting there. We're gonna make it to the castle. We're gonna enter the doors. And then Chain of Memories, it's like, well, you haven't entered it, but you're lost in the castle. And then Birth by Sleep, it's like, okay, the castle is the place you're going, and Aqua disappears. It's like, fuck.
A headache.
Your mind.
Yeah, I do. Actually, does anyone else agree there may be some really bad writers on that team? A couple of them.
What?
Maybe manager's girlfriend, his nephew, or challenge his brother. I don't know. No. Speculation.
Example.
And my example is Shion.
Okay.
That's my example.
Okay.
Yes.
My personal rant would be for Chain of Memories, definitely the fourth Riku. If your deck isn't set up properly, he is massacre on you with his he just dashes everywhere and does so much damage.
Super overpowered.
You can't heal. Because card block you. It's like, why? You know?
Yeah, that's my whole.
And then after that,
why won't you die?
After that, you meet Larry saying, cakewalk. How is that a cakewalk? The rest of the game is a cakewalk. Riku 4.
God damn it.
It was easier. Ready to die.
It's the victory in which it's the hardest victory to have, and at the same time, it's just like, I get nothing for it.
Again, just to get a good deck.
Yeah. Another disappointment for me would be when you finally beat Sephiroth, and you spent hours and hours playing him over and over and over again, and you're just like, I'm gonna beat you. Play again. All that struggle and stress, and you get nothing. Not even some gil, and you're just like, what?
Well, it says
Which game is this?
I don't know.
The first one.
Oh, the second one you get the Keyblade.
Yeah, you get the Keyblade.
No, the first one. No, the first game when you beat Sephiroth, you get nothing.
Yeah, you get the satisfaction of knowing that he's in the ground to walk away clean.
I had my controller. You won a trophy.
You get to see him shirtless.
No. Not that one. Quick comment. So many shirtless guys come to NAN. Why? And then they get sunburned. My favorite. My good friend Kyle, every year's like, shirtless Kyle's coming out. I'm like, got sunscreen this time? He's like, I'll go buy some sunscreen. Last year he got so burnt, like red, and you touch him, like. So where's sunscreen? That's less of that story. We are running down to 10 minutes left. Boo. Just a quick note, I need at least 3 people to sign that I was here to host a panel, because my panelists are here to prove that I did. And you can do a little comment saying, she ran it alone. That'd be great. Because I'm supposed to have a co-panelist. Wow. Good thing I'm the one who shows up. I almost didn't. I was in the masquerade, and I was like, I got on the panel, and they're like, oh, well, you got fine. So literally, off stage, grabbed a bag, came here, and was that. I did play my Ocarina at the masquerade, so that's why I was super shaky. Because when you're playing Ocarina in front of a big crowd, at the end I was like, play it. Oh god!
Play it.
Play it.
Play it.
All right. I won't play what I played on stage. I'll play. All right. the full Zelda lullaby, which is about 30 seconds, and that's what I played on stage. And oh god, mistakes were made. Because at first I was like, I'm doing fine. I almost dropped it. It's not even mine. Alright, so we're running down 10 minutes, and I'm super tired, and I need a beer. Desperately. I want to finish off with a really final awesome note. Anybody got some suggestions? Because I know at my little pointing to the panel today, we sang a song to end, and that was fun. But I'd like to do something fun. I wish I had prizes for video games.
You could sing Swim This Way.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Sanctuary.
Don't have to sing.
I don't know.
Actually, let's play a quick game. Let's play a quick trivia game. Don't have any prizes, but if somebody... Alright, I want to ask 2 questions. And then if you want to come with me to Tim Martin's for like a free drink, I'll buy you one. That'd be epic. Let's do some trivia. Trivia. Oh, what is the name of the Gummy ship which Riku wanted to label it in the first game? The Gummy ship.
The Highway.
Got a winner. So you can follow me some more until we get some stuff. Just don't buy the whole store. My credit card might be maxed by then. Or I just disappear. Another trivia question. Let's see. It's gonna be a really good one.
1 plus 1.
No.
Any century now.
You can know which person you suggested you sing.
I actually have one in mind, but I don't know how incredibly obscure that is. So, I'm into the details. Every time you block Waka's Blitzball, what is the point value you get added to your XP? Okay, I'm gonna close my eyes and the first person stand up. Go! There you go.
That's not fair, I'm in a wheelchair.
Oh, that's so bad. So bad. Oh, drop the ball. Drop the ball. Ouch. Oh.
Politically incorrect person. I'm so sorry, I cannot see it from here. I can't. I'm so sorry. Okay, so I'm gonna make this more fair because that was not.
I agreed to give him half of it if I win.
No, but she.
I'm just gonna buy you a cop because I said that now. I feel like a tool. But I'm glad he's smiling, so it's not that bad. If you had that, I can even hold that. If you had that look, I'm just like, you're such a terrible person. I think I would die. I feel so bad. You actually know the point value?
I think it's... Oh god. Which one? He throws one really hard and he also just tosses one lightly. They're different.
Give me both.
It's 2 and 1. For the hard one, it's 2. No, for the hard one, it's 3. For the soft one, it's 1. Just like Titus's sword parry. 10. I did that for 2 hours leveling up on Destiny Islands, so I could get dodge roll early.
She did the same thing as me, that's why I know that. And actually, yeah, that's right. It's 3 and 1. So, you get a coffee. You get a coffee. You get a coffee. So all of my money, just take it. I feel I still do that. At this point, I wish I could be Tony Stark and say the most rudest things ever. Just like. How does he see these? He turns. Exhausting. I'm such. Oh god, that movie's so good. Record it all the time. Talk about it. I should have an adventure panel. Yes. We'll talk about the Hulk suit for Iron Man and like, can we please see that? That'd be so badass. Okay, how much time do we have left? I still have 5 minutes before we have to boot out.
You guys need to start clearing out now so the next panel has time to prepare. And also, you'll have a hard time navigating the hallway probably because there's like hundreds of people in line for the core panel.
Then good thing I'm keeping an eye on time. All right, so I need 3 people to come sign the thing.